Here we are. Hello, everybody. We are live once again. It must be Wednesday. Woohoo! Okay, um, let's see. Let me start off with what's going on. Okay, what is going on? Well, the designer series paper sale is still going on. That is over August 31st. So you still got a week to go on that. So wait till you see what I'm doing tonight because I'm going to tell you what happened is I was looking for something fallish, fall colors to do. I'm not ready to start Christmas yet. Hi, Susie. And so I thought I'd do some fall colors. So, hi, Connie. I got some new paper. It's designer series paper, and it was on sale, and I grabbed a pack of it just to see if I'd like it. It is Wildflower Designs, and I really do like it. So that's what tonight's cards are. Also, let's see, um, new catalogs. I have them. So if you are a customer and you are waiting for a catalog, I will get this to you as soon as humanly possible. But see, there's always these little things that come up. My husband had to have some work done. Hello, Carol. Had to well, actually, he had a pacemaker and he had to have it pulled out and another one put in with a third lead. Um, the doctor that did it was so good explaining it to me. Actually, he could have explained it to a first grader who could have done the procedure. He was so good. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go into it with you. Suffice it to say, he's recuperating. He can't go anywhere because I have to drive. He can't drive anywhere. Hi, Karen. And so, as a result, I'm kind of not. I was planning on doing a lot of deliveries this week, and I'm not doing them. I was also planning on running some catalogs around, and I'm not doing that. Sorry, guys. I have them here. If you're dying to see one and you really, really need to get one, um, give me a holler and you can come pick it up because I do have them here. Um, yeah, Connie, he's home, he's recuperating. So far he's paying attention, which is really good. He usually is one of these people that has to be go go going, and they told him you need to relax, you need to settle and relax, and so he's been doing that. But it's only one day, so and they did give him anesthesia, so he was pretty tired out last night and today, and I think that's still from the anesthesia, but he's getting there. Let's see. So that is also their doctor scheduled a follow up. They just schedule these things without asking when is a good time or day or anything like that. They just schedule them. So he scheduled it for next Wednesday at 2 o'clock, and well, we had the library next Wednesday. And so I called his office and said, is there another day or time that week? Because I would be open to any day or time. And they were like thumbing through things and, well, we don't, well, you know how it is. And I finally said, look, just forget it. Leave it where it is. I called the library. I said, can I do Thursday instead of Wednesday? She said, yeah, we're open. And then I called, I sent messages to a bunch of the people that I know would come and to find out if Thursday was okay with them. And they said, yes. So guess what? It's Thursday. Long story short, wow, next Thursday, Warnersville Library, 1:30 to 3:30. So I hope you can join me there. And yeah, so he's doing well. He's recuperating, and it's all good. What else is happening? That's pretty much it. Uh, the like I said, the cards I'm doing tonight, I have been running really low on time, so I did something real quick and easy, and I think you're gonna like this because it is real quick and easy. Um, like I said, I use this Wildflower Designs paper. And let me show you what it looks like. It didn't impress me when I saw it in the catalog, but it's very pretty actually. And it has a lot of the wild wheat and early espresso. And this one has the misty moonlight. So this one has the some of the a lot of it has the in colors in it. See, there's boho blue and mauve, the mauve color, and then the early espresso. There's the wheat, there's mossy meadows. So there's a lot of nice, what I think, thank you, Susie, what I think are nice fall colors. And the other side, this has some cute little florals, but then this one is just solid, and that one is just solid. And there's more, um, but we're using these three, so these are the only three I got out. The one other one is also very, actually, here it is. They're all very fall. That one is a lot of the wild wheat. And then on the other side, it's the mauve, moody mauve. And this is similar to the other mauve one. Okay, that's not the other side. That's the other side of that. And there's that one. You saw that already. And I think that pretty much gets us through them all. They're basically they're just very pretty floral prints that have the darker colors, so they're more fallish, which that's what I was looking for right now. Because, like I said, I'm not ready for Christmas. Not ready to start Christmas cards yet, online, but probably next week that's going to happen. I mean, right now we should be doing thanks or Halloween, Thanksgiving, but well, I'm just not feeling it yet. Maybe I'll find something else that makes me feel like Thanksgiving or Halloween, but as of right now, it's not happening. Um, Susie, you'll be happy to see that for the last couple of weeks, you have been reminding me that I'm moving out of the picture. I keep coming down here to work on cards. Well, that's because I have my whole worksheet up too far on the desk. So I finally said, well, duh, let's move it down. So I moved it down, and I think maybe I'll stay in the picture this time. That would be something good, right? So, without any more, oh, wait, before we start this, I'm going to pull a name. Um, oh, Linda's not here yet, but Linda was away for the last 2 weeks, and she still checked in, so her name is in here. I just like was very impressed that she was over in Europe and made sure she got in one line every week so that I could put her name in the bin. Um, Connie, I just pulled your name, so you get the card. What else was I going to say? So Linda's not here today, but well, Linda came back with, yeah, aren't they? But she came back with ouchy boo boos and COVID and not feeling well, as you can imagine. So, not a great thing to bring back. Connie, you get tonight's card. Today is the 21st. And I will see you at the meeting and get it to you then. Okay, guys, let's start. I'm going to get myself out of the picture. Here we go. And let me just give you a quick little preview of what we're doing. So I showed you the papers already. The first card is this one. Now, I'm just going to do these one at a time. I'm not even going to show you the rest of them until we get there. So this one is the blue paper, and the neat thing with this card is the layers. The layers just give it that extra zing that it needs, and I it works with this paper because what you do is you just pick up a piece of designer series paper, and this is going to work. This particular layout is going to work for you for a lot of different um, cards, a lot of different designer series papers that you have. So keep this in mind because it's a good one. So you pick two colors that you like that are in your designer series paper. I took Misty Moonlight and Wild Wheat, and you start out with your big sheet. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Well, okay. First of all, start out with a card base. Yeah, that's important. And I'm using white again. I think I've been doing that the last couple of weeks. So it is half sheet of cardstock, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Let me just set that aside because we don't need it right away anyway. But we have that. Now we're going to take our Misty Moonlight, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. Now I use that as a very, very standard measurement. And whenever I layer, I just take everything down 1/4 inch. So this was 4 by 5 1/4. This piece I didn't cut yet, but I'm going to cut it right now. So my 4 by 5 1/4 becomes 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so I can just cut 1/4 inch off. And that fits right in there. That's your second layer. And your third layer is your designer series paper that comes down another 1/4. And that one I already have cut. So let me just show you what I did here. Our first piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Our second one is 3 3/4 by 5. And our third piece is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay, easy enough, right? Okay, so that's the hard part, and it's done. So I'm going to glue these together right away because I'm not adding ribbon to this. You could, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue everything together, the front part, and then I'll glue it onto the base after it's all done. Then you take a piece, and I chose to use the Misty Moonlight. I originally had pulled a piece of boho blue and tried it with that, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't suit. And I don't know why, it just didn't. So I stuck with my Misty Moonlight. Make it the exact width of your bottom layer, which is 5 1/4. Just cut this off at 5 1/4. And I glued that down too. I didn't mess with dimensionals or anything else. Now I did a lot of this prep work on this one ahead of time. Okay, so then I took the stamp set. This was a suite, this whole um, wildflower thing, Wildflower Designs. And these are the dies that came with it. And these are the stamps. Now, I like the stamps just have a couple little flowers on them, but I like these saying, "You've been on my mind," and sending happy thoughts. I'm going to use those quite a bit. But today I'm using "You've been on my mind." And I just use the small one in white. And then I stamped the flower and used this die to cut the flower. Okay, so that's that. I think I just did a boo-boo because I think I just dropped the die. Oh, well. Anyway, that's what we're using to do all these things tonight. And I have this was die cut already. I already cut that. And I'm using the You've Been on My Mind stamp, and I'm cutting it in, and I'm doing it in Misty Moonlight. Now, this is kind of weird. I got this stamp pad, Misty Moonlight, and it was just leaking everywhere. I mean, it was really driving me crazy. So I took a, a spoon and I kind of scooped off a lot of the ink because it was just making such a mess. Well, I must have over scooped or something because because now I have to like pound on it to get any ink out of it. I need to re-ink it, and I hate to re-ink it because I know it's going to be messy again, and I just got rid of the mess. So, yeah. So then I took my die and I stamped this in wild wheat, and I die cut it out. And this is going on dimensionals with that. Actually, I'm going to put that on first. And I'm going to glue part of it on, and part of it's going to go on with dimensionals. So I'm going to put the glue part right now. And then I'm going to flip the whole thing over and go in with my dimensionals. And I have some little ones in case I need them for the flower, which I think I'm going to probably want to use a mini one there. Yeah, that works good. And then these are all just going to go on that strip. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could certainly use ribbon and do it. You know how I usually do that? Take a strip of ribbon and tape it on the back here on either side, and then just glue the whole thing down and then tie a bow on it. But what I decided to do for this one, kind of off center that a little bit, and then I'm going to use my linen thread. Hey, Brenda, no problem. Connie won the card this time, and we talked about just about the designer series paper sale, and that's what this is. This is paper I got with the sale. And then I'm going to stick this on a glue dot. Okay, do I have, I do Carol's here, right? Yeah, there's Carol. Okay. Yeah, just kind of tuck that in here somewhere in the corner. Maybe let it stick out a little. Oh, I don't know. What I should have done is stuck it right there. Oh, well, it unstuck, so I guess I get a second chance. Yeah, I'm going to stick it right on the corner there of that. Okay, and then I'm taking, which I did not put these on the sample, but these are the 2023-2025 in colored dots, and they're pretty flat. So I like using these. The colors I think are really pretty too. And I'm going to use the wild wheat since that's a lot of what's on this card. There. Maybe put a big one because there's 3 sizes, which is nice. I had a little bit of a hard time grabbing them, but There we go. And now I didn't put them on the sample, so I'm going to just do that real quick. I often find myself, after I finish doing the live, putting these away. Then I go to use them and I pull them out and there's stuff missing. And I think, oh darn, I never finished that one when I was making the sample. Now I just got that glue dot stuck to. Yeah, I'm having, there it is. That there. And put this one up top. Okay. And guess what I didn't do? I didn't glue this to a base. So I'm going to do that right now. The inside of this, since it just says you've been on my mind, it's kind of a thinking of you card. And so there we go. Hi, Kathy. Since it's kind of a thinking of you card, I usually like to write notes in them, to tell the person, hey, I've been thinking about you. I know you haven't been well, or you've been well, I missed your birthday, or, something to that effect. And so on the inside, I like to, instead of decorating it up too much, you have seen me do this 100 times, I'm sure. I just like to take a slip of that same designer series paper and put it somewhere on the inside. Now, I cut this off. It's going to go on the side. It's going to go there. And I mean, what the heck? I can glue these on and then cut them off. And I'm not going to stamp anything on them. That gives me plenty of room for notes. And then just trim off the excess. Okay, I'm just going to glue that inside. I always like to put an extra layer on the inside of the card just to make it substantial. I like the cards to have a little bit of oomph to them. Okay, that's number one. Card number two is in this pile somewhere. Here it is. Now, okay, here's what happened with this one. I put it together and I looked at it and I looked at the colors and I said, this is a sympathy card. And I maybe been doing a sympathy card. Now, this is my thought though. Instead of doing that blue, maybe I should do that blue. And then it would be a little bit brighter and it wouldn't look so much like a sympathy card. I'm going to try that. Just so instead of the Misty Moonlight, for this one, I'm using Boho Blue. This one is Misty Moonlight. And maybe it'll still look like a sympathy card. Maybe it'll still be a sympathy card. We'll see as we go. Do you guys do that? Do you kind of start making cards and then say, yeah, that was going to be a birthday card, but it definitely doesn't look like one, so I think I'll make it into a get well card or something like that. Do you ever do that? Is it, okay, there's my base. The first card, same measurements as I had here. The outside layer is 4 by 5 1/4. The next layer is 3 3/4 by 5. 3 3/4 by 5. Now this one, that okay, so what I did with this one is I cut the frame out, and I got to show you how I did that because it doesn't just come out like that when you where are my dies here. So I took this one and ran them through together so that this piece would cut this out. So, because otherwise, if you just put this in, it would leave the inside. No, maybe it wouldn't. It looks like it might. No, it would not. Okay, never mind me. Okay, you can just cut this out by itself. I was looking at that and I really thought that it was a piece that you needed to cut, but it's not. Okay, so what I did next is I cut a piece too big for the frame. I did that on purpose. Now I looked through the paper and I chose a spot that I liked. And then I'm cutting it bigger than that spot. So this piece here, you're going to want to know how big this is, and I don't know. I just cut. I didn't measure. This is 4 and almost a half by 3. Okay, and then I took the frame and I glued it around the piece that I liked, which was this. Now it's crooked, right? That's fine. You want it crooked, actually. So I'm putting it on crooked like that because now it frames that part that I wanted to see the best. So I have my pieces here, my brown and my blue, and I'm going to glue them together. Drop the glue lid. Now I'm going to take this piece and put it on here so that the frame is straight. And I'm going to put it in how I have to do it to make it straight. It can hang off the edges a little bit because you have a little bit of wiggle room with this piece over your base. So don't worry about that. You just want the frame to be straight on the card, like that. And then we're going to glue the whole front. to the card front. Now, yes, I do think that that lighter blue makes this an acceptable, other than sympathy card, or it can be a sympathy card. You can always use sympathy cards, and every now and then you do something that is definitely a sympathy card. So what I did is I used, let's see, this is the Unbounded Love stamp set, and I stamped it, and then I'm just going to cut around the letters because I just think that makes it a nice. I mean, you could do this, or you could put it in a, in a stamp on a die or whatever you want. I didn't want it to be, I didn't want it to look like it was going in the frame, like it was a part of the picture in the frame. I wanted it to be something totally separate. So that's why I chose not to use the greeting punch or something. And then just stick that on there with some dimensionals. Talk about easy, right? Now you could, you could jazz this up all you want, right? You could put linen thread on it. You could, I will put some of these on. In fact, I think that I would use blue ones for this, as I did on the other one. Oh, well, this isn't working well either. There. Ugh, I'm having a hard time with these guys tonight. Chasing them all over the place. Thanks, Karen. It's a little unexpected, right? When you place it that way, and I do it intentionally with the frame being the focal point. Oh, for Pete's sake. There. Okay, it's done. And it's just unexpected, right? Now, inside of this, I do have a stamp that says, "My heart goes out to you." And that will be what I will stamp on the inside. And I will again use this paper because it's very pretty. And it's a way to use up the paper. When you want to use up this paper, you can always use it on the outside of your envelopes too. Don't forget to do that. I know some demonstrators are very emphatic about that. Doing their envelope flaps, and it's a good idea. It does add weight to the card though, so be careful when you're doing that. Now I'm just cutting these into 4-inch strips. 4-inch by, I think I went 3/4 of an inch on these. And they're going to go, the paper's going to go on the bottom. Where's my take your pick tool? Oh, it's here, but that's not working a whole lot better for me. In fact, the last time I used that, I turned the bottom of it and the goop started coming out the bottom and I couldn't stop it. So I ended up with a bunch of goop all over the place and put it away and haven't gotten it back out since. Yes, that's eh. Okay. So I'm using the same that says, "My heart goes out to you." If I can find it, there it is. And I will put that on the inside of both of these cards, and then they will be set. And I'm using really espresso on these. And that's that. Now I've got one more. And when I was putting these cards together, trying to figure out what I was going to do with them, how I was going to do them, I just cut a whole bunch of different colored paper that I knew would go with any of them. And I started going through my templates box. Now, when I find a new layout or uh, a, a neat fold, I use scrap paper and make a template of it, and I put all the templates in a shoebox. And then when I need an idea, I start digging through the templates. So this last one, I did use a template for, and it's a very easy one, and it works perfect with this paper because, okay, there's number two, because it's perfect for two-sided. This is the template. This is how I do these. I put, oh yeah, and a good tweezer, Brenda. That's what this one was. This one here. This is the one Debbie showed us at the meeting, and this is perfect. This is what I was trying to use. The only problem is I couldn't get I couldn't get it moving for to begin to start. So the tweezers were needed. Maybe I should have used the smaller one. That probably the smaller end. It had two ends, a small end and a big end. And this is called a jewel picker. And I got it from Amazon. It was, I don't know, $5 maybe. It wasn't expensive. Okay, jewel picker. So anyway, this is my template. Scrap paper, DSP, scrap paper, the whole thing is scrap paper. I only do the front. I don't do the whole card. But I write the measurements then big enough that I can get them off of here. So what we're doing with this, we have our base. Scored a 4 1/4. Now I took a piece of brown and a piece of mauve. Okay, I thought I had a piece of brown here. Maybe I need to get another piece of brown out. It looks that way. Okay, I'll have to cut that, but I can. So this is just the regular 4 by 5 1/4. There's that. This piece is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Which is a pretty big difference there. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter. And then the designer series paper You need to cut a strip 1 5/8 inch. So 5/8. And then you cut each piece 2 1/4. 2 1/4. And you want 4 of these. 3, 4. And I like this piece better, so I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use this one. 2 1/4. This is one of these wonderful flip cards. So you put your 4 pieces and arrange them how you like them. So you have just a little border around the outside edge. And then the 2 pieces that you like the best, you leave out. And actually, I like this one, so I'm going to leave that one there and flip the other side, like so. And then you glue them all down. See how easy. I just love when you can come up with really nice, simple cards that come out looking so pretty when they're finished. Oops. That one moved. After I stuck it down. Thank goodness for green glue. Brenda, if this would be her team, so you would think she would. I don't understand what you mean. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to take, this is the base. We're going to glue these 2 pieces together before we do anything else. Okay, so it's so easy to do, right? I took a punch and I punched a circle. I had all these pieces sitting here together, and yeah, they're still sitting together. Okay. This one's going to be a happy birthday card with Moody Mauve. And I'm going to need to use my die cut because I did not cut out the flower. But I do like the way the flower looks, so see how I put the flower over here. I like that. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrap white. That's it. That's going to be close. Let's go with that piece. Okay, piece of scrap white. I'm using the stamp from it's from this stamp set. Oh, and I got a ghost, but it's okay because because it's going to get cut off. Okay, so we're going to take the die cut. Yeah, Susie, I answered her. There we go. And we're going to run this through. I'm using the Mini Winnie because just about everything fits on that these days. Guys, did you see that the haunted house kit is not available anymore? I'm really disappointed and upset about that. And again, I had to send Stampin'Up a message about the fact that I was very upset and disappointed about that. And they wonder, they don't want us to do cash and carry, and yet there are cases where it just makes sense because if you know somebody's going to want it. Okay, I'll get off that soapbox before I get myself in trouble. But anyway, it's not going to be, the haunted house is not going to be available until after Halloween. So if you wanted it desperately, let me know and I'll see what I can do because I may or may not be able to get one yet. So many kinds you couldn't find it. Okay, so it's just Marvy Jewel Picker. It just has the small end and a bigger end. And it's, I don't remember if I don't think I got the cheapest one, but I didn't get an expensive one either. Okay, let me show you how I'm going to do this one. I think I did the other one the same way. I'm going to put glue on this stem. And I'm going to put some glue down here at the bottom, over here. And I'm going to stick this down kind of catty corner. Then I'm going to turn the whole thing over on one of my acrylic pads because now glue is oozing out of it. And I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back. So that I'm sure I have one on the flower. Pull the backing off of the whole thing. I think I just moved that flower. So I have to move it back. No, it's okay. I got too much glue here. And stick the whole thing right here in the center. And then glue your whole front onto your base. Now this one, again, I really, really do have a thing for this linen thread. I really do like it. So yes, if you were going to ask that question, because I use it a lot, let's see. I'm going to stick that right on there. Let some of the tail hang down. I didn't cut it off too short. Sometimes I like to cut it off short. Sometimes I like to leave some tail there. And then I'm going to once again fight with these things. Now on this one, see, I always lose my tweezers. My tweezers and my snips are the two things that I need to have 15 pair of, so that when I lose one, I have another one. Dislodge it with the tweezer and then pick it up with that thing. There, that worked. Ah, look at that. Whoops. Didn't want that to go there, though. I want it to go there. And there we go. And once again, just a quick little inside. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's like when you tie these big bows with that thick ribbon, you got a big hunk sticking out there, and it's almost always going to cost you more postage or rip through the envelope or what have you. So yeah, if I can cut back on the bulk with a little bit of linen thread, that is what I'm going to do. And it does. It looks pretty. It's handy. It's easy. My bows always come out nice with the linen thread. I don't know why that is, but they do come out nice. So Connie, you get to pick one. We have three tonight. We have a thinking of you, we have a sympathy, and we have a birthday. I'll show you all three of them again, and you can pick which one you want. And I will put it aside for you. I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks, I believe. So I'll put it aside and hold it for you. Okay. Whoops. 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 That's the second time now that I shot that lid on the floor. I don't know how I keep doing that. Okay, guys, remember next week, Wednesday, I mean, not Wednesday at the library, Thursday at the library. And I have a nice little stamp that I dug out the other day. And it says, today is great because it's all about you, the great person you are, the great things that you do. Isn't that cute? And it's so wide, it doesn't fit. Yes, it does fit. Okay, good, because that's what I want to use for the inside of these cards. And I'm going to stamp these in with Moody Maw. Maybe. If I can find the Moody Maw ink pad, I will. Oh, how can you lose a whole ink pad? Do you guys do this stuff? I mean, like you have it right in front of you. You've been just using it, and 2 minutes later, you turn around and it's gone. What happens to it? I didn't put it back. No, I didn't put it back. There it is. Okay. You want the first one? Okay, you got it, Connie. Okay. That is it for tonight. Okay, so we have You've Been on My Mind. We have Sympathy. And oh, I got to bring these down a little bit now. And happy birthday. And we got this one for Connie. And that's it for tonight, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Um, don't forget, library is Thursday, not Wednesday. Don't show up Wednesday because I won't be there. Um, and that's all. I hope you enjoyed these and I hope you try them sometime soon. If you want the paper, don't forget 15% off right now. Okay, thanks for joining me and have a great evening and a wonderful week to come. Good night, everybody.